Simon, I'll get the easy one out of the way. Goal kicking practice this week, is it an easy thing for us to sit there and go, well, that's what's needed, or is it a bit more complex than that?
Oh, it's a little bit more complex than that. You know, something we've obviously identified for a while now we need to get better at, and we believe we've done a power of work in it. You know, something that we spend a lot of time doing, and we certainly believe that in time we'll get the results. You know, Mark Williams has done a great job in terms of working in that space for us over a period of time, and right now we're not getting the results we want, but we know that if we're consistent and we stick to what we're doing and we believe that we've done the work and we believe in the process, that we'll be able to kick our goals, and it's a big part of the game. So you've got to maximise your opportunities and take your chances, and that's what good footy demands.
Everyone else says it's more above the shoulders than actual, so still these are elite players. Is it more that you've got to get down to the crux of the issue as to why, you know, and obviously when you start missing, it's a flow-on effect a lot of the time with a lot of clubs, not just Melbourne.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of those things in the game that everyone's trying to crack the code in terms of, you know, goal kicking. It's there's certainly a skill to it. There's no doubt about that, and there's a mindset to it. And not only, you know, we believe we've done the work to get the skill set, it's now making sure that mentally we believe that we're capable and we finish the plays, and you know, that's where we're at.
I think last night on 360 you said identify the issue, get to work and make the change, but are you going to make any changes around goal kicking then, if that clearly is an issue at the moment?
Oh, look, as I said, we've made change. You know, we're just not seeing the results that we need to see right now. We're confident that we will get the change and we will see it, and it's one of those things that you only see over time. And right now we're in a process of change, and we want to make sure we give it the time required to see the change that we need, and we're confident we're going to get that.
Do you have conversations with Mark Williams about it yet, or do you just let
every day? No, we're like, yeah, Choco's a passionate man. He's a great coach. He's a developer of people. He understands technique. He understands mindset. And you've never seen someone more passionate about it than Mark Williams. And you know, we talk about that part of the game a lot. And we also believe in the program that we've got in place. We believe the process. You know, I believe in him and his program, and we'll see the results in time.
Is it easy to say that, hey, it was the goal kicking on the weekend that cost us the match, so we've identified that, or is there more to it than that? And also on that result, that's a game you should win. You're coming off two great wins. Do you look at it as a momentum stopper?
Oh, we reviewed the game really hard from the weekend. You know, we were pretty disappointed with how we played. You know, we've certainly been progressing in the right way over a period of time in 5 or 6 weeks, but the weekend was a regression in all phases of the game. You know, I think, you know, the Saints kicked 10 goals, 7 from the back half. You know, our defence was nowhere near the level that it was meant to be, and when we were able to get some momentum in the game, we weren't able to take our chances. So there were multiple areas in the game that were nowhere near the level. Clearly, a lot of the talk's been about the goal kicking, but that wouldn't do the Saints the just deserves. You know, they played an outstanding game. We didn't defend to the level and didn't win enough of the contest battle that we normally would, especially early in the game. And you know, there's certainly elements of the game that we've reviewed pretty strongly.
What more do you want to see out of Jefferson? 2 good weeks in the twos?
Yeah, look, it's, you know, obviously with Aidan Johnson being suspended, you know, that presents an opportunity, and you know, it's going to be a pretty tough decision because Matthew Jefferson and, you know, Jacob Van Rooyen are both playing outstanding footy. Obviously, everyone looks at, you know, Matty Jefferson kicking 10 goals over 2 weeks. I think, you know, Van Rooyen's kicked 6 or 7, but you know, they're both playing outstanding footy. So we've got some decisions to make later in the week around, you know, that type of selection of who comes in. But you know, what we do know, the 2 guys have gone back to get into form. They're in really good form, so we're excited by that.
How tough is this week against the Pies?
Yeah, look, obviously everyone knows how well they're going. You know, they're playing some outstanding footy, but I think we've also seen that our biggest focus is going to be on us, about how we can get our game to the highest level possible. And we know in this competition that on any given day, anyone can get a result that they need. So that's really our focus, is what are they doing well, how can we nullify it to the best of our ability, and how can we get our game in the best possible shape to take on a really strong footy team. And we're looking forward to doing that on one of the biggest stages of the year.
To get 85,000 at the G for the King's birthday clash, how much would that mean?
Oh, look, it would be, a record crowd would be unbelievable. I think this is a real great chance to actually get to the MCG and celebrate Neil. You know, and that's going to be one of the great things of the day, is to celebrate Neil, what he's done for not only the Melbourne Footy Club, what he's done for Fight M&D, the change that he's made and what he's done in so many levels of the game and in life. And I think now it's coming down to who's going to show up, and we need all the members and the AFL members and the MCC to show up. And if there's one message we can take in the next few days, is let's show up for Neil.
How did Jack Viney's surgery go?
Yeah, it went well. I've never seen a surgery that hasn't gone well, but it's gone well. It comes now down to the wound and making sure that he's functionable. So whether that's next week or the week after, we'll just wait and see.
Hopeful, expected timeline for him?
Oh, look, we're hopeful that there's an opportunity for next week, but we haven't put any definite timeline on that.
You probably get asked this before this game every year. Forgive me, I can't remember the answer. But do you prepare any differently for these bigger games, these sellout games, the King's birthday? They're a feature clash where all the eyes are on you. It's a public holiday. Most people are home watching it.
Yeah, look, our preparation doesn't differ one week to the other in terms of that. Clearly, there's a lot of excitement, in and around your footy club and your footy team and your supporter base, which is great. But our focus is purely on our process. We need to make sure we show up and play in the right way. That's first and foremost. It's no point getting excited about a game and not showing up. So our ability to get our week right, get our days right, come with that right intent and the right plan, that's our primary focus, and then play accordingly.
Do you anticipate even a little bit more determination than usual from Truck this week, given the occasion?
Oh, look, obviously, it's 12 months on. He's put a lot of work into his game, and I think his game's in terrific shape. So I think he's looking forward to the contest. Speaking to him, this week, he's incredibly excited about the opportunity to get back out there on King's birthday on the big stage and play some really good footy.